Suddenly piece yourself back together now. What's your vision?
Liberals furious as California Governor Jerry Brown promises Trump big favor. Liberals are furious after California Governor Jerry Brown promised President Donald Trump a big favor. This is bad news for the Democrats who elected him. California Governor Jerry Brown sent liberals into panic mode after it was announced on Wednesday, April 11, 2018, that he would respond to President Donald Trump's call for military troops by sending 400 California National Guardsmen to join those being sent by other border state governors. Brown did not specify how many of those troops would go to the U.S.-Mexico border in response to Trump's order to secure the border immediately by using military personnel. Brown responded to the president's order after accepting federal funds to add National Guard members to a statewide anti-crime program. According to Daily Caller, Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen and Secretary of Defense Mad Dog James Mattis both received a letter from Brown indicating he would send 400 additional troops to help in an ongoing program to combat transnational crime. The additional troops authorized by Brown will help to support law enforcement operations against transnational gangs, drug smugglers, and human traffickers. Governor Jerry Brown did not specify in his letter how many of the 400 new troops would be sent to assist the 55 guardsmen already stationed on the border. The location of guard personnel, and number specifically working in support of operations along the border, the coast and elsewhere in the state, will be dictated by the needs on the ground, a spokesperson for the governor's office told Daily Caller in an email. Prior to Wednesday, California was the only border state that had not agreed to deploy additional National Guard troops. New Mexico, Arizona, and Texas have already promised a combined deployment of 1,588 National Guard troops in response to the president's border security mission. According to Breitbart, 700 of those promised by those three states have already arrived on the border, and the other 888 are expected to arrive toward the end of April 2018. Of course, Governor Jerry Brown's letter didn't come without the typical liberal whining over what duties that California guardsmen are allowed to perform. Governor Brown said in his letter that the 400 troops he is authorizing would not be permitted to arrest border jumpers or other illegal immigrants. This will not be a mission to build a new wall, Brown wrote. It will not be a mission to round up women and children or detain people escaping violence and seeking a better life. And the California National Guard will not be enforcing federal immigration laws. Governor Jerry Brown can whine to President Donald Trump all he wants about what he thinks the California Guardsmen should or shouldn't be allowed to do, but he really isn't wearing the pants in that relationship. Governor Brown's letter comes 5 days after Secretary of Defense James Mattis signed a memo that authorized the federal government to fund up to 4,000 National Guard troops per Trump's request through September. Chief Pentagon spokesperson Dana White released an official statement which read in part, "The National Guard's efforts will include aviation, engineer, surveillance, communications, vehicle maintenance and logistics support. These National Guard members will act in support of Border Patrol agents who are performing law enforcement duties." What many people aren't aware of is that former President George W. Bush and former President Barack Obama issued similar orders to have National Guard troops sent to the border to support Border Patrol agents in their operations. Governor Jerry Brown is full of hot air, and falling in line with President Donald Trump's orders is the smartest thing he's done since being re-elected. Moving forward, I'd put money on the likelihood that California's militant Attorney General Xavier Becerra will look for any opportunity to bring criminal charges against guardsmen who are accused of violating Governor Brown's wishes not to actively participate in the enforcement of federal immigration laws. Regardless of what stunts Becerra tries to pull in the future, the bottom line here is that Trump is still winning, even in communist California.